Right, two things before I start. Firstly, yesterday's picture was Andriy Yarmolenko. The picture that I drew, nobody got it. You need to up your game a little bit, really. It was because I did one of the 30-second sketches. Next, I'll leave those for the quizzes. I'll do a more detailed drawing for the next one. Hopefully somebody will get it. Everyone thought it was Ryan Fredericks for some reason. Think about it. Yarmolenko. The second thing, I've had a lot of really nice messages over the last few days asking about my father-in-law, about his health, because he had the old COVID-19. He's a lot better, thank you very much. He's out of hospital and he's breathing a lot better. He's moaning about what's on telly, or what's not on telly, should I say. So we take that to be a good sign. So thank you very much to everybody for your interest. It lasted about 3 weeks, really. He went into hospital twice. His breathing capacity was down to 25, 30, 35%, something like that at some point. So, yeah, it was said it was nasty, really, really nasty, but he's all right. But I really appreciate far more messages than I could respond to individually. So thank you. Thank you very, very much indeed. Obviously, my wife is ecstatic about that. Right, okay. Today's topic is, it's about the habit of going to football, and it's particularly about the capacity of the London Stadium and how the suitability of 55, 60,000 fans is probably not needed anymore. I'll give you an example. Bear with me with a story because it's a bit tenuous. But my friend owns a coffee shop in a local park. A few days ago, he asked me to go over there to do some plumbing, to move his coffee machine and all his stuff that required water closer to the door. He was building a little kiosk. Basically, he wanted to adapt. He wanted to start serving ice creams, coffees, blah, 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 through the hatch, whereas previously people used to come in and sit down. We all know many businesses which have tried to adapt recently, some more successful than others. Yesterday, I drove past the park. I saw it was relatively busy. I thought I'd give him a call. Phoned him up, said, how's business? And he said it hadn't been so good. One of the reasons, well, there are many reasons it's not been so good, but he said people knew he was there. It's right in your face sort of thing. You would know it was open. He's got signs up and all the rest of it. He'd done the social media thing. He said he felt that some people were scared to come up. So he said that's my job. I've got to convince them that I am, I'm hygienic and I'm doing everything, and he was wearing the mask, he's wearing the gloves and so on and so forth. He said the other thing that he'd noticed was a lot of people had taken their own flasks there and stuff like that, taking their own drinks, taking their own food. So I said, well, hopefully that'll diminish in the future. He turned around, he said, we'd have to get back up to how it normally was. He said, because even if it was 20% less than it used to be, he would have to close. And his point, he made a really good one. This is what made me think about football. He said, the trouble is, the longer this goes on, so people come into the park and enjoying the park, you get into the habit of filling up your flask. You get into the habit of making your sandwiches, taking them to the park. And if come the end of it, you look at it and you think, oh, hold on a second. I used to spend 30 quid a week on coffees or whatever it might have been. You're going to think, actually, I'm better off taking my flask. And he says, people possibly just get out of the habit of coming here. And it made me think of West Ham. Football in particular West Ham, and the season ticket refunds. Hopefully you watched a cup of tea last night. You'd have heard what we spoke about then, but I thought, I wonder how many people will get out of the habit of going to West Ham. And if enough do, if it's at that 20% mark, or whatever it is, or anything more, then we're really getting back down to the capacity we used to be up at Upton Park. And also you look at the savings. How many people are going to get a refund because they need the money, because people don't have jobs, a lot of people at the moment. They take the refund and then they realise, actually, that's 600-700 quid a year. That's better used at home. That's better used on home improvements. But I can put that towards a holiday for the family because money's a bit tighter. Can I afford the indulgence of West Ham? Now, there will be a lot of people that obviously still decide they want to go and watch the football. But I just do wonder how many. And then you've got the other set of people which might just not want to, might not have confidence in the transport system, and, all of that sort of thing. But what I'm really interested in was when everything is okay, when the government turn around and say, you can go back to normal. Exactly. You can go to pubs, you can go to Restaurants, conduct yourself as normal. You are unlikely to catch this thing. And if you do, we've got a therapy. It's possibly not that dangerous anyway. How many people just don't go back? I think we can all agree that not everybody is going to return to football. So how many people are going to be missing? Because that's a massive revenue stream in match day income. Personally, I think that the television money is going to be well down. That deal with BT and with Sky is like a millstone around the club's necks at the moment. It's going to be a tense situation, certainly, with whatever goes on there. But whenever the next television deal comes along, I can see it being less. It can't be more, can it? I mean, that doesn't... I would... Maybe you think differently. I would think not. But what about the match day income? Well, we know it's about 30 million. It's a hell of a lot of money. That's an awful lot of money. But that's everybody not going all the time. Now, I thought for some time that the London Stadium was probably very good when they want to ease people back, the socially distanced football. 15,000 people in there, all with 4 metres around them, can probably be done in London Stadium better than any other stadium, right? But I'm talking about when it's back to normal. How many people are actually going to go back there? Significantly more than the 35,000 that used to go to Upton Park? I don't think it will. I think you'll get big crowds on there on proper match days when you're playing a big team. But I just can't see. I thought it was a miracle, really. I don't think the conversion to go from Upton Park to London Stadium was particularly successful as a business plan as it worked out, and this has killed it dead in the water. But I was always very impressed by a club of our size going from 35,000 fans to it was never 60,000 there or anything like that, but we probably did get a good 50,000 in there. To put 15,000 onto your average attendance, at least 15,000, when the football ain't great, I think it's really impressive, and I think that is a testament to the West Ham fans. But I think as a dream and as a concept of what the owners clearly intended, I think we can all agree, which was to buy the club, to sell Upton Park, to move to the Olympic Stadium, to make us more attractive for overseas investors, and then sell at a profit and make money. That's obviously gone. I mean, in one respect, we can consider ourselves lucky, because not only do I think the days of 60,000 at the London Stadium are by and large gone, look at Everton. Everton were meant to be building a new stadium. Will they now? I'm not sure they will. And even if they were, would it be wise to build a 60,000 seater? I don't know. You just don't know how these things are going to go. What you certainly wouldn't do would be getting the JCBs down there now and start digging the footings now. You wouldn't, right? You'd put building on a hold until you were certain. Tottenham. That's a massive one. Tottenham built the 60,000 stadium. It's too late for them now. The business model of getting the NFL, who are travelling over to play in it, to help prop it up, which can't happen anymore, and it's not happening anymore, to have 60,000 fans in that stadium to help pay for it, they can't do it. And they owe £1 billion for that stadium. Well, whether they owe $1 billion or they owe 700 million now, or whatever the case may be, I don't know. But a significant amount of money. That is actually done. And I look at West Ham, and I think 35,000 in that stadium, it's not very good. It's not a good look. It's not impressive. And I did wonder how many people can see themselves. I think it's a charged question to say, are you going to fall out of love with football? I think if you ask that question, I think everyone says, no, of course, I love football. So I think you've got to pitch the question right. So I think the question really would be, if you go long enough without football, can you get to a point where you're used to not spending out the money, you're spending the money on something else, but actually you just get out the habit of going? Are the reasons for you not to go enough for you to keep that 700 quid and not spend it? Now, I think that will apply to some people. And this will depend very much on how many people go back and how empty that London Stadium is going to be. And particularly, how much busier the London Stadium is going to be than Upton Park. Because if what we're going to end up with is an average of 35,000 fans a game, with hindsight, agreed, it really has been a waste of time.